Drama TV 27, Breaking the Change, Southside Harrisburg.
Everybody understand what that's the definition of anger management. Do you have an anger problem? You do? Do you have an anger problem? Do you? Do you have an anger problem? Do you? What makes you angry? Now I said, what makes you angry?
Chris.
God, what makes you angry?
There is no more. No.
Okay, so what makes you angry? Okay, what makes you angry? When somebody hits you. When somebody teases you. Nothing makes you angry?
I'm trying to think. It's a lot of stuff.
Okay, well, just can you give me one? When people get under your skin. Understanding how anger affects you helps you know how to deal with it. When you say when people tease you, right? So when people tease you, sometimes when we get angry and we feed back into it, it makes them continue to do it more. You understand what I'm saying? So when your teachers begin to make you angry for whatever reason, sometimes you're right, sometimes they may be wrong, but when you know how to deal with it, you breathe sometimes you ask, can you be excused, or something like that, you take a time out and that helps you. You understand what I'm saying? So understanding that. So on the first line, if you have an anger problem or you don't, write yes or no. Check yes or no. Okay. Now, we said 3 ways why you get angry. Can you write 3 ways why you get angry? We just discussed 3 of them. You said when people pick on you. Write that down right here. When people pick on you, you said he said when people get under his skin, you need some help. Like pick on you. Right. Something else is what he said. When people tease you. So. You got 3, everybody got, we need to write 3 down right here, write the next one. What you say, when people tease me, or write that one down on the next line. And then he said, when people get under my skin. So we have to understand these things because anger and understanding how to control it is very important. Because if you don't, you can make what? You can make what? If you don't understand your anger and how to control it, what can happen? You'll have so much rage inside of you, and you'll act out. And you'll tend to do things that is not good. So you'll tend to do things that's not good. So when you understand that, you know how to deal with it. So we talked about the other day myths about anger. What is a myth?
Alright, I got you.
A myth is something that is not true. You with me? A myth is something that is not true. So now, this is a myth. Anger is inherited. That means because my father was angry and he always acted
You saw it,
out.
Breaking the Chain.
That means that people say, I'm
Teaching the youth, Southside.
Just like my mother. So that's what happens with that. So what we're going to do, we're not going to anger is what? It's learned what? It's a learned behavior, right? You learn anger from it. Seeing people hit one another or seeing people talk to one another in a certain way. So anger is a learned behavior. So always remember that. Another myth you must remember is that they say that you must be aggressive to get what you want. Is that true or false? False. You don't have to be aggressive to get what you want. And you don't have to vent your anger because that's not always desirable. You know how people say they hit the pillows, they scream, and all. That's not good. What's good to do, you breathe, you take deep breaths, you count to 10. That's what's good. And that's how you deal with your anger problems. Let's turn to the next page. Let's turn to the next page. We're going to get through this. These are true or false questions right here. Okay, now I want y'all to answer this. The only way to effectively express anger is through aggression. Is that true or false? False. Anger is inherited. Is that true or false? False. We just talked about it. Put false down. That's all right. We learning. We learning today. Okay. Here we go. The third question. You have to be aggressive to get what you want. Is that true or false? False. That's right. Good. Now, the last one, number 4. Venting anger in an aggressive manner reinforces aggressive behavior. Is that true or false? True. That's all right. You're learning. It's true. Venting anger in an aggressive manner reinforces aggressive behavior. That means when we continue to do something, it becomes what? It's a habit. So we start to do things that's not good. So now, the next section is events that trigger anger. When you get angry, it is because you have encountered an event in your life that has provoked your anger. In many instances, specific events touch on sensitive areas. These sensitive areas are called red flags. Usually, they refer to long-standing issues that can lead to anger. In addition to what you experience in the here and now, you may recall an event from your past that made you angry or upset. Now, these are some of the things that can trigger anger. Like you said, the teachers, right? When people tease you or pick on you, when you said when people hit you, you said when people get under your skin. So these are things that can trigger your anger. But like we said before, when you know how to deal with this, then you know what signs to look for. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so now the last 3 questions is this. What are 3 ways to control your anger? Give me one.
Talking to somebody who you know can listen, that you can express your problems to.
Talking to someone that you know will listen, that you can express your problems to. Give me one. Okay, give me one. Okay, give me one. Something that will help you deal with your anger.
When you get upset, what do you do to stop being mad? Huh? What can you do?
Do you take a walk sometime? Do you go be by yourself sometimes? What do you do? Is that what you can do? What can you do, Kai? You can count. You can count to 10 slowly. You can count. You can breathe. You can breathe, and that will help you. So write 3 things down that we just talked about right there. 1, we said you can breathe. You can breathe, right? Another one we also said is that you can take a walk. All you have to do is take a walk. It really doesn't have to be too complicated. And the last one is you can talk to someone. Talk to someone that you feel that you can trust. So they will help you in dealing with what you have to deal with. So those things right there will help us deal with this anger. So right now, after we finish with that right there, so hopefully from what we discussed right here in these papers, everyone pass their papers around. For what we discussed, not these right here, we're gonna have to fill these out right here. Everyone, what we discussed, Chris, get those for me, thank you. So what we discussed right now, hopefully you got an understanding of what anger is and how you deal with anger. So as you fill these questionnaires out, look at the questions and then answer it the best way that you can. If you need help, then I'll help you. Need help with it said, what was the lesson about? What was the lesson about? That's all you have to write right there. That was the lesson about anger management. All right, we're gonna move on to the next question. The next question is, what did you find valuable about today's lesson? What do you remember about today's lesson? What helped you? What did you learn that helps you deal with anger? What was one?
The section where all the things you can do to calm down.
Okay. What helped you? What is one that helped you with what we talked about? Talk to someone. Okay. What's one, Kai? What is one that valuable lesson that you remember that we learned from how to deal with anger?
And how to suppress it.
You can suppress it, right? And when you do that, you deal with it. You deal with it, but after a while you have to talk about it, like they said. But you like, because if it comes out the wrong way, you're gonna make a bad decision. So we don't want you guys to make bad decisions. Okay, so number 3. How did this information provided in this lesson assist you in dealing with obstacles you may face? So the next time you get angry, what are you gonna do? Write down, what are you going to do the next time you get angry?
And the object of this, y'all, is to think. We want y'all to be able to think in crucial situations, so you're not making bad decisions. You want to learn to control your anger, so you don't have to fight no one, stab anyone, shoot anyone. You got to learn how to deal with your anger.
That's the most important part of this lesson. We want to teach you different ways of thinking, so you don't have to be aggressive.
So don't be afraid to answer the questions. We want y'all to think. We want you to use your brain. Think and answer the question. Don't just blurt something out. Think about it. Listen to the question, think about it, and answer it. These are real questions for y'all.
Okay. So everyone has the third one. We have to move on to the next one. Like, if you come here, like we're going to be here for a while, we're going to keep coming here with you guys. Every Sunday we'll be here. Is there anything that you would like to talk about or read, or a lesson that we would like to talk about? Write it down there on this one right here. If you want to read a book, or if you like to do anything, we will discuss it with your sports or whatever it is. We'll have those type of discussions with you.
Breaking and change. Helping feed the youth, teach the new.
Okay, so the last
Linking the chains in Southside Harrisburg.
Down here.
This is a link in the chain.
10, how valuable
D.R.A.M.A
was
TV
the lesson?
27.
Put a number down that
Live
you think
Southside
is good.
Harrisburg.
It could be 5, it could be 4,
Hotel.
it could be 9, it could be 10. Whatever one you feel it was valuable to you. So now that we dealt with those things, we're finished with this lesson for the day. This is anger management. So now that you've been taught about anger management, when you're faced with certain situations, you'll begin to understand how to deal with it. So now today, later on, you may be faced with a situation that may place you in a position where you may get angry. So remember what we talked about today. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay. Thank y'all. Okay, get the rest of them papers. All right. Now I said what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these up. We got some some books and stuff that we're gonna pass out. Get those coloring books and stuff over there, Kai.
All right, how you doing today, brother?
How you doing?
All right. Founder of Breaking the Chainz organization, Kevin Dolphin. See, today's lesson was about anger and management. How important is it for them to learn how to cope with the anger that is surely to come to them in these conditions that our children are living under today?
Faced with these conditions out here today, it's easy, like you just said, for the youth to resort to anger. So it's very important that they're taught different ways of venting how they feel. So what we want to teach them is social skills, that you can go talk to someone about it, that you can actually think your way through a situation that may make you angry and may make you lash out and cause you to regret